I know that the title I have chosen for today's video is unusual for me. What to say to a miserable killjoy and how not to be one. I want us to talk today about how we approach what is unfamiliar to us, specifically other people's customs, traditions, beliefs, choices, and actions. As a folklorist, this matters a lot to me. So I'll be sharing with you a story collected in the middle of the last century, and we'll be talking about some Irish ideas of how to get to the essence of things. So fáilte a chairde, welcome my friends. I'm glad you're here, always glad to be with you, even across time and space. If this is your first time joining, my name is Kate and I'm a professor of Irish language and folklore, and like you, like everyone here, I am a passionate creator. So let's start off by, I want to share with you an anecdote that was told by Robert Gibbing, who was an artist and author born in 1889 in County Cork. He grew up there and he remembers being young, and he remembers his father and his family having a bonfire on St. John's Eve and the fun that they had. Let me just read you the end of this anecdote just to get the words right. Robert talks about all of his brothers and sisters yelping and whooping and having the best time of their lives, and how they were leaping over the fire when someone came and spoke to their father. And this is the part I wanted to share. And in the middle of it all, when the higher flames had subsided and we were jumping through the fire, a solemn, miserable-looking man came up to my father. "Have you forgotten Ezekiel and Jeremiah?" he asked. "Aren't you ashamed to be putting your children through the fire of Moloch?" "Ah, for goodness sake, let the innocent children enjoy themselves," said my father. What a wonderful story that shows us two very different ways of looking at the same thing, right? This stranger coming up and not really catching the essence of what is happening, the essence of childhood joy, and the father's recentering of that innocence. Let the innocent children enjoy themselves. There's nothing going on here that is wrong. We're not sporting with hell here. We're having a good family time. I've, as a folklorist, always told my classes that superstition just refers to something someone else believes that you don't believe yourself. My approach always is to listen for the heart of things and to listen to people and put people and relationships way above ideas and dogma. Specifically, when I teach a class called the Irish Supernatural and I ask my students to collect a supernatural tale from their family, my advice always is this: when someone tells you a supernatural tale, believe them. Why? Because in that believing, in that open stance, is the possibility for an exchange of meaning that would instantly be shut down if you said, "But that's not true, ghosts aren't real," or that's impossible, or "that what a stupid thing that is." When someone shares something important, it's courtesy and it's lovely, really, to receive it as something important. So today I wanted just to share with you a couple of words from the Irish language that get at a way of looking at things and people and situations that I think are helpful. One that means the essential meaning of something is Bunbhrí, Bunbhrí. The essential meaning, and it's made up of two separate words. Bun means the basis or the ground or the most essential part of something, bun, and the second part, brí. I know there's a v sound in there, but it's a long grammar lesson, but Bunbhrí, the brí part, is wonderful because it means both meaning and vitality. So we talk about brí, the brí of your body, the brí of your spirit, the vitality, the brightness, the life force. And we also talk about brí of a sentence or of a word, the essential meaning. So that puts, when I think about that word, Bunbhrí, it says to me, get grounded in what really is this? What am I witnessing? What does it feel like in the body? The Bunbhrí. Then there's a word, Ciall, and that's a word, it just means sense. Chiallaíonn or Ciall leis. What does it mean? What does it mean? And it also, so it's the meaning of an action or event, but it's also the sense that you have, like your sense of how to move through the world. So again, I find that beautiful that both Bunbhrí and Ciall are ways of talking about the essence of something that are actually really intimately tied up with our own physical experience, our own sense of the world. And finally, the last one is Croi, which is heart. And the heart is always what we're getting to, Croi and scéil, the heart of the story, literally the heart of the matter. Croi na ceiste, the heart of the question, the heart of the matter. So things, obviously, there's a physical heart, but matters have a physical heart. So my desire in sharing that little story today is that we spend more time asking ourselves, what is the essence of this that I'm witnessing? What is the heart? Is there goodness here? Is there the potential for growth in this? Is there love? Is there kindness? Could someone, does this contribute to life in the way, you know, I always say, like, it's wonderful that children are excitable and rowdy. We want them to be. That is growth and goodness right before our very eyes. And teenagers who want to go explore the world, who are curious about things, that is growth and goodness. I want to look through those eyes of the Bunbhrí, the Ciall, and the Croi, the essence, at every single thing. I want to look at people, situations, other people's traditions, beliefs, actions, and myself, and see them with that generosity. I suppose too, just to say truly, I have more than a few times received very withering comments on this channel that take my sharing of these traditions as some sort of diabolical action on my part. And so I used to be quite shocked and hurt by that. Now I'm not, because I know that they're a lot like the man in this story. They're not looking through those eyes of the heart. They're imposing categories on things. Again, I'm just making a gentle plea here that instead of putting categories and dogma first, that we put people first. And the older I get, the more I am in awe of the mystery within each human being. And it's too vast and too intricate to be categorized so simply and dismissed. I would rather be in awe and love. And I suspect the same is true for you. So I'd love to ask you today, where in your life are you prioritizing essence and the heart over ideas, dogma, and categories? I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Please share in the comments. And again, as always, I so appreciate your likes. It keeps this channel kind of swimming along. It's really a help. I appreciate your comments. And if you haven't, please do join us. It's free to subscribe, costs you nothing, and it really does help me. So thank you. I want to say, my friends, I am seeing you through the eyes of Croi, of the heart. And I feel so often that you're seeing me that way too. So I hope you have a wonderful week and that helps you see your world in a warmer, more gentler, kinder, more loving way. I'll see you next week.